Oh, hey!
Hey! How are you guys doing?
Very well.
Good.
I know you were here.
Yeah. This is our little garden.
Where we play.
This is where we get inspired to write about Rick James and I don't know,
Violent pop stars.
that's where we do poetry and embroidery.
Yeah.
That's what these holes are.
And Max is already in the shower. Right here. With the bluebells.
Beautiful. So, what's the story behind the piece? The piece.
It began with us, originally we just really liked Rick James and lots of other funk and soul artists. Sunken Foals. It's a good name for a band. It's pretty good. Yeah, we just thought, oh, we'd love to do one of those really, and we thought Give It To Me Baby really stuck out for us.
It's just a really good groove, and that was quite an innocent choice.
Yeah,
we liked
no,
the song.
it didn't really have any deeper intentions about it or anything. And then we just, you know, we came to the garden here to go on the computer, and yeah, I just did a bit of research on Rick James, found out some really horrible things, really. It's all on our blog.
But the interesting thing is that the more we found out about the guy, that kind of informed our sort of compositional choices for the piece. Kidnapped a girl held a hostage for 6 days, and that gave us the idea for the 6/8 time signature in the chorus, along with some of Max's screams. Kind of helped sort of carry that the connotations of violence, sexual violence in Rick James' life.
I mean, which really like this. As you can see, all our lives we've been surrounded by violence and drugs, and you know.
More probably drugs than violence, but yeah.
The garden isn't a safe place.
It's tricky. Some of these plants are poisonous, you know, you gotta watch out.
And there's security guards.
There's like poison ivy and deadly nightshade, and all kinds of stuff, you know. Rabbit poo. Stay away from the droppings. Anyway, so yeah, so that also, he was spending £7,000 a week on drugs, wasn't he, Rick James? Dollars, sorry, dollars.
He's an Americorn.
So that gave us the idea for the 7/8 time signature in the verses. Obviously we wanted to change it up as much as possible, so we've changed the key. It's just a really interesting interpretation. What's the next question?
The next question is, what's with the ghetto blaster?
Ah, the ghetto blaster.
Yeah.
See, that's all about context, because he was in his heyday in the 80s, so we thought we'd get a typical 80s piece of equipment to play it through, and it kind of sort of lures people in, because you don't really see tapes being played much anymore. So hopefully that will just add a really cool sound, sound quality of it, and also the aesthetic of having it there.
Now everyone's now CDs are around. It's you don't really see many tapes in there.
Nice.
So it's taking something out of context and kind of presenting it back in its own context again, but not.
Also, people like the past, and they think, oh, I wish I could go back and stuff, and they kind of forget about all the horrible things, and, you know, all the terrible things that people do, and Rick James.
Yeah.
And people, like, we thought maybe people would see the tapes in the ghetto blaster and just think, like, wow, that's, you know, I remember these. I want to check it out.
Oh my god. Should I ask you the next question while standing up? Next question. What's with the strange odd time signature?
We kind of answered that question.
We did that one, didn't we? We did that.
The other one, but
You're a horrible interviewer.
Sorry.
What Max was saying about the romanticising the past, that's kind of the real crux of this piece.
Righty-do.
So often the music survives, and it's easy to listen to it out of context, what the guy was about and what was happening at the time.
Next.
So it's kind of helping to remember him for the good musician he was. Also for all the bad stuff too. He did.
Cheeky. Next question. Why have you time stretched the end of the song?
Ah, Max, do you want to answer that one?
No, Ash.
Okay. Well, he had a kind of quite a slow end to his life, you know, there's lots of excess, and he gradually kind of basically just poisoned himself and slipped away into oblivion. So the whole kind of time stretching thing was not only to use a digital processing technique that wasn't available in the 80s, which you would never normally hear on tape, definitely wouldn't at the time, but you would now, so that's like an interesting sort of contextual piece of production, but it's also just to sort of show his demise. So we have the pitch remaining the same, but the time being stretched out. So it gives a real sort of sense of decay, along with the reverb that slowly fades in, again to give a sense of time blurring our memory.
Brilliant. And when is it being exhibited?
Maximilian?
25th of May 2013 at Falapalooza Music Festival at Falmouth University's Performance Centre, 1 o'clock onwards, at the cafe.
In the cafe.
So have a coffee while you know, ruin your image of the past.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Any questions?
Can I get down now?
You can try.
Try and
Jump off.
see how far you can go.
What, like,
Yeah.
Pass the paper.
Yeah.
this is going to be bad. This is wise.
Yeah, we didn't know it.
I'm scared.
Don't try this at home, kids. Ta-da! Say bye now.
I got off the knees.